What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. Today, I'm coming at you with a Tuesday live. It's Tuesday, right? Yes, it's Tuesday. Oh my God. Ugh. How is everybody doing today? Coming at you my craft room. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me get through my tools really quickly and then we'll say hello to the peoples in the chat. The pen I am using here is from Diamond Pen Pal. It is pretty one. This is the Satura pen. And in my single placer, I am using my Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. You can find Diamond Pen Pal and Diamond Painting Daily over on Etsy. This works like a glue dot. It is a liquid that turns solid. It goes from white to clear, hence the name Ghost. And it is wonderful. Love this stuff. In my multi-placer, I am using Putty Crocker's Boutique and More. This is actually the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy from the box from a couple of years ago, actually. I'm using it because it's really nice and dry. It's an old putty. And if you're a hard placer, a nice dry putty is what you want to look for. And then I've got some things here from BNC Creations, some beautiful tweezers, which I use as like a putty picker, a little trash container, love it, and my trinket tray. And then right here, I am using a tray from Firefly. This is the Switch Mini Max. You can go and check out fireflyda.com to get your own Switch. It has a removable lid, a removable trash tray, which I usually do, and an open and close pour spout. I love this thing so much. And BNC Creations, these things you can find over on Facebook in the BNC Creations Facebook group. So go and check that out. And then I have a little bitty baby cover minder, a present from my beautiful friend Liana. This one is Playful Fairy, and you can find Playful Fairy on Etsy, but isn't that adorable? It's a little magic frog. And then the diamond painting that I am working on, this is from Diamond Design Company. This is from the Whimsical Landscapes. And the Whimsical Landscapes has 4 different versions that you can choose from. I am doing this one right here. And I've already completed this one right here, number 3. So I'm doing number 1 today. I'm going to get this one hopefully done, I don't know, sometime today, I'm sure. And let's say hello to everybody in the chat already hanging out. Let me back it on up here. We've got Desiree joining from her car. Hello, Desiree. Hello, Tigger. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Shelby. And yes, please remember to boop the like button as you are entering the chat. Hello to Shell. Hi, Shell. Hi, Heather. Hello to who else? Diamonds and Stitches. Hi, how are you? Patsy Putty. Hello, Patsy Putty. How you doing? Good evening. Hope you are well as well. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, Marianne. Hi, Marilyn. Kids are home for spring break. Gosh. Shell says, kids are home for spring break. I don't even remember my name anymore. Been there. Hi, Brenda and Abby. What's up, guys? Love the Playful Fairy. And me too. Me too. Holly, I am into them. Frogs scare me, but that one's cuter than most. Yes. And Noelle, what's up, party people? Hello, chat. On my way home with Maxie from Nana's for St. Patrick's Day. Gonna finish my DP. You can do it, Noelle. You can do it. She is close to finishing her Cozy Autumn. She's kicking butts on it. Going through. A lot of these I already placed the diamonds for, so I'm going to get them out of the way. Most of these colors. I'm just kind of going one at a time. I don't know. Seems like the best way to do it at this point. Okay, let's get these out of the way. And how is everybody doing tonight? What are you working on? Hi, Lisetta from Ohio. What is everybody working on? What's on your table this evening? Or, if you're in a car, obviously you're not working on anything except driving. But Tell me what you are working on. This one, like I said, I'm hoping to get this finished likely tonight sometime. I've got something else that needs kit up, but I'll probably do that for my whip and kit up my next piece that I'm going to work on. I've been working on the mystery because we're doing a mystery DP along in the Discord. And I've gotten myself to the halfway point on the Prindle mystery, as it is the year of the horse. I don't think that's spoiling anything for anybody since, Lori Prindle's well known for her horses. That one, I'm hoping, I'll get that done before the end of the month. Okay. We got working on meatloaf, mashed potatoes. I was like, wait, meatloaf? Like the singer? Not the singer. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and gravy. That sounds good. Eating Mexican food right now, and then start back on Isabel from Brenda. Shannon is working on Colorful Floral Owl. That one is beautiful. Tigger's working on Mystery 38. And Holly from Patsy Putty working on a new product. Is it a secret? If it's not a secret, do tell. Do tell. Now, for those of you who do not know, Holly from Patsy Putty has a wonderful product that you should check out. She also does putties. I like her. She did a recent drop with a lot of different kinds of sculpted putties. They look like, lollipops or cookies or things like that. So freaking cute. I've got some things from her basic line though, and I like to let these suckers get nice and old so that they can get good and dry. But I've got a blueberry muffin, lavender, fruity cereal, which I think is probably my favorite. I've got this one here from, this is the iridescent scales and sparkly. This was done for Mermaids and Magic, right? I think, maybe. Either way, Patsy Putty is in my top 3. If you did not know that, you need to go check out Patsy Putty. She's got some delicious scents, even though they're not, tasty because you don't eat them. I wish somebody should work on a putty you can eat. Oh, wait, that's probably like fudge. Working on a new product. It's in the testing phase. Well, let me know if you need any testers. I love testing things. But yes, please go and check out Patsy Putty. She has a Facebook group you can join and get news you can use about putties. What else would edible putty be called if not just fudge? Oh, Laffy Taffy. Yeah. Yes, Laffy Taffy. What else is kind of that consistency? Like a York peppermint patty is kind of a putty-ish consistency, I feel like. Maybe not quite. Let me workshop that. Think about it. There's probably a better answer. Laffy Taffy is a very good one. Very accurate. Starburst. Oh, now and laters. Yep. See, now I feel like they were always too hard. Like you'd have to leave it in your mouth for a solid 15 minutes before it would even get I don't know, gooey enough to chew on. Mentos. Okay, Mentos. Yeah. A little hard, crackly shell making you hungry. Starburst is a good one though. Yeah, I like that. See, it almost, I don't know, like fudge. Fudge is a close consistency with putty, kind of. Like a, not fruit by the foot, though that's, it's getting there. A fruit snack of some kind, maybe. Hello, Tanis. Hello, Amber. Long time no see ya. Now and later would be your hard placer formula. Yes, Shell. Oh, and for those who do not know, Shell is from Black Dahlia Diamond Arts. And you know what you can get over at Black Dahlia? You can get all kinds of things. You can get a whip station. You can get yourself canvas rollers. You can get yourself pen holders. You could get yourself, well, I don't know. Have you made a new putty holder? I need a putty. I need to get a bigger putty holder. I mean, right now, what I'm using for my putty holder is this bin because I need something that will fit like all of them in it. I need a new putty holder from you, Michelle. But yeah, I got my putty holder from Black Dahlia, and honestly, she's always taking suggestions or requests if somebody's looking for something specific. If she can find a file or for you. She's always making new things, 3D printed things over at Black Dahlia. She's got her own store, like a storefront. Isn't it? I love it. Okay, so this was for Mary Morales. We did it in the shape of a flower, but this putty holder, love it so much. This one is actually not as wide as the ones that she had made for other people because your putties, I think your putties were like a perfect fit, like just a perfect. So she made one just a little bit wider so that it would fit a little wider of a putty in there. But I love this thing. I just need a bigger one. You got your lovely canvas roller from Black Dahlia. Ooh, Shelby. Grandson's here. Guys went fishing. Oh, grandson got sick. Hubby fell, bruised in a oh my gosh, Marianne. We'll take a couple weeks to recover. No DPing or turning. Oh no. I'm sorry. Hi, April. How late am I? You are only like 10 minutes late. Barely late at all. I've got one of her whip stations en route. Ooh. Bubblegum. Amber, you're close with the bubblegum. Gummy bears. Yes. We're talking about foods that are putty consistency that you can eat because I said they should make an putty. And then I went, wait, there's already things that are like edible putty. So we're naming them. If you've got an answer, we've gone through now and laters, York peppermint patty, we've Mentos, fruit snacks. What else? What else have we already said? Gummy bears, Starburst, Laffy Taffy. Yeah. Yeah. But I need to get myself a whip station, to be honest with you. There's a couple of things actually that I need to get my hands on. Just gotta stop being broke. That would be nice. Stop being poor. Oh goodness. But we've got a couple businesses in the chat, so please go and check out Black Dahlia Diamond Arts. You can check her out on Etsy, and then Patsy Putty. I believe Patsy Putty, you have your own website, right? I didn't make that up, did I? Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Because it's going to come right up on my Google machine when I Google it in. Yeah, Etsy. Go check out Patsy Putty on Etsy. Yeah. Get some links. Here we go. Get your links. Here's a link for Patsy Putty that you can check. Hello, Divine. There is a link for Patsy Putty. And let's get you a Black Dahlia link. Black Dahlia Diamond Art. Look, it just popped right on up. I love when that happens. Boom. All right. A couple links for you guys to check out in the chat for Black Dahlia and Patsy Putty. Get it, girls and boys. There. Look at me doing my duty. All right. I'm gonna move on to my next E spot. Yes, so do tell those who are just joining us, what are you working on? What's new on your table these days? Trying to find my magnet. There we go. Found it. Whoop. Didn't find it enough. Come on, magnet. There we go. It doesn't like to stick through drills, I've noticed. That's pretty normal though, I think. I said duty. Hi, Megan. Welcome. Duty with a duty. due diligence. But yeah, I decided to work on the whimsical lands. I almost said landscapes. Meh, whimsical landscapes. Um, that's where you find them typically. Lambs in the landscape. I decided to work on the whimsical landscape because I am working. The only real other whips that I have going are the Mystery 85 from Lori Prindle. And then I have what else do I have going? A Butter D, which yes, I could work on the Butter D, but the issue with the Butter D is that it is a DP along with myself and Noelle or Diamonds in Recovery. She and I are doing a DP along together, square for square. So I don't want to work on that. I wanted her to be able to get to Cozy Autumn and get that finished. So that one is just sort of, hanging out, waiting. And then I have a piece from Picmondu, but I got to get the unboxing put up for that so you can actually see what all came from Picmondu. And then what else do I have over on my whip? I finished two pieces. I finished Steadfast Heart, and then I finished a little. I'm not going to do a post review for it or anything. It's not really worth it. But here, I'll show you what I finished. It's very cute. It's just a little thing. Let me go grab it. Here we go. We got this one done in a whole day. Surprise. It's teeny, though. You'll see. You'll see. Okay. This one I finished. Just a little Invader Zim Gur piece. It's spacey Gur, very cute. I mean, you can see why it only took me a day. Honestly, this one had a lot more confetti in it than I honestly expected, because in the screen, all that background looks black, but when you get up close to it, it actually is blue into black. And so there's a lot more confetti there than I expected. And then, of course, plenty of other color blocking to make up for the background confetti, but it's very cute. A little spacey girl. You're going to sing the Doom song. Sing the Doom song. A lovely lady taught me to multi-place rounds. Okay. So I'm moving right along on Herbalist Helper. I forgot that was a round rather than still single placing the white windows. I was the turkey all along. Okay. We're going to put Gur over there. It's going to hang out back there for a minute. Yeah, I finished a little spacey Gur from Diamond Art Club. That one will eventually be for my son's probably bedroom wall or something like that. So, Jonan Vasquez, the person who was the original artist for Invader Zim, he had a comic book series back in the 90s that I used to read. Johnny something homicidal, Johnny. Oh goodness. It's been so freaking long. Comic. Oh man, come on now. I feel like it was Johnny, not homicide. Johnny Homicidal Maniac? Yeah, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. See, look how close I got. So yeah, he had Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and the guy that I dated back in the 90s when before Invader Zim actually had a like full on cartoon series, my boyfriend at the time, I don't know, he thought he was some sort of an edgelord. I don't know. Just a nerd boy who liked to wear black. He used to read the crap out of that particular comic. Very, very, very good. It's like more like a, I wouldn't necessarily call it a comic, although it is a comic. It was more like a brain fart, not a brain fart. It was I don't know. It was more like a book series or whatever. I was reading some really weird comics back then, though. Not just like The Sandman, which I had read over and over and over and over and over again. But it's nostalgic for you too. Yeah. Uh but I also read one. I should pull those out sometime. Show them to you guys because like Lenore was another one that I read. There's this one called Stitch. Um Graphic novel. That's what I was. Yeah, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac was more like a graphic novel necessarily than like a comic series. So it worked. Hello, little one, Missy D. How you doing? But I had this one called Stitch, not like after Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, but it was about this like stitched puppet boy, and it was the author's sort of, I don't know, him working through his own homosexuality and living in, a place where his family didn't accept him. I mean, the 90s were also a very different time as far as the acceptance of people being gay or people being different in any kind of way. And so that one in particular, uh, interestingly enough, when my son was younger, he had gotten into my old comics collection, including Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and Lenore and some really good ones. And that one in particular, I feel like he definitely he definitely felt that one on a very deep level. And oh, what's another one? You know what's another really great graphic novel is, it's called The Pride of Baghdad. It's just one book, not like a series or anything, but it's called The Pride of Baghdad. And it's about the lions that got loose from the zoo in Baghdad during wartime. They were like, the zoo was bombed or something, and the lions got loose. And really excellent story. In fact, that one I think won awards. Very, very, very good series or very good book. What's the difference between a comic and a graphic novel? Length, typically, yeah. Uh, Generally length, or sometimes it's even whether I feel like it's whether or not it's an acclaimed series. Like length as in number of pages, not length as in like time that it's on the shelf. Otherwise, I feel like also when they tend to take, okay, so like the Sandman comics, the Sandman were comics, right? Neil Gaiman Sandman. But then they eventually took those and put them into volumes, like volumes 1 through 10. And once they did that, when they put the comics into volumes, then it became graphic novels of a certain length. So yeah, vibes. Right. Hi, Allison. Um, yeah, very interesting stuff. And so I have, gosh, a massive collection of graphic novels. There was one series that was done, actually. It was a bunch of different comic book writers, and they each did sort of like a celebration piece or a piece about 9/11. And there were two books. And I have both of them. Very good stories, short stories, everything from just like people who had relatives that were in 9/11, or people who had, firefighters who were relatives, or firefighters about firefighters themselves. Like really great stories, really wonderful stories in those two. But I should pull out my graphic novel collection sometime. Get a read on those because I haven't read those in ages. A long time. But did you guys read any like graphic novels, comics? Like what are your good comics that you guys like to read now or in the past? There's a lot of good series out there. A whole lot of good series. I was pretty obsessed with the Sandman comics in the 90s. The first time I ever picked the Sandman comics up, I think I was probably 11 years old. Pretty young, actually, for the content, but uh, gosh, just a really great series. The Netflix series actually for the Sandman comics was actually really well done. I think, yeah, they cut some things out or kind of shortened things or storylines for time, but it's understandable. Like in order to cover every bit of the universe, it would have taken a lot more than just the 2 seasons that it got. Ooh, Walking Dead graphic novels. Okay. Mouse. Oh my gosh, Calf. I have both Mouse and Mouse 2. That I read when I was probably 12 or 13. I bought it because I was so affected by it. Had my kids read it. Such a good series. Both of those were really, really amazing. But yes, Mouse. Read a lot of comics at the library, but I don't remember most of them. That's fair. Nimona. Ooh. I always struggled with them. I wanted to create my own mental images, so read more regular books. Okay. I did read the Sailor Moon mangas and a few illustrated books past childhood. Nice. Yeah, that's a thing too. If you're more a person who likes to create the world in your own head, reading graphic novels can be tough. I've also liked it when so like for instance, the first time that I ever read Coraline, I read Coraline as a book, but then Coraline was turned into a graphic novel. And then I read the graphic novel, and then they came out with the claymation movie. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is also, they were all really, really great interpretations of that one single piece. The Wolves in the Walls is a kind of graphic novel slash illustrated children's book by Neil Gaiman that I read. Very, very good. My kids loved it. I liked reading graphic novels based on books. Yeah, yeah. Very, very that. Very that. It's like I feel like graphic novels I kept around when my kids were younger because at least for my youngest who was not a big fan of reading, it was an easy of kind of getting them to read, fooling them into reading really is what it was, because like even the Captain Underpants books and that sort of thing, like I felt like it tricked my youngest into reading. My oldest always loved to read. She started reading at a very young age. She's always been very bookish, always loved reading, but my younger was never really a big fan of reading, and so it was a good way to fool them into actually picking up a book and reading something, just like for practice stuff even. And I feel like I've always liked to read, as long as I can remember. And so breaking it up with a graphic novel or even an illustrated book of some kind was really, really great. There's this, okay. So I remember when I was younger, I had a copy of Cinderella, but it wasn't like the the watered down version of Cinderella. I remember so distinctly, and I wish I knew what the name of it was or whatever so I could pick it up again, but I remember on the cover Cinderella had a dress that was like woven with stars or starlight, and in that particular version was when the stepsisters cut their feet in order to fit into the shoes. Like it was that kind of fairy tale. It wasn't like the typical, watered down Disney version. It was a real Cinderella story. I just remember that the cover was like Cinderella, but her hair was loose. It was blonde and it was long down her back. And she's wearing this like black blue dress that had stars in it. Oh man, I'm gonna have to try and find it, but I don't know. That was an illustrated Cinderella book that I remember I loved so much. I don't know what ever happened to it. I lost it because all my other books, like I have all of my weekly readers that I got when I was a kid. Alan Moore is still alive. Oh wow, okay. Amber says, sorry for being so MIA. I've been reading a lot. Well, hey, that's okay. I read some graphic novels based on a few of Shakespeare's plays, Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet. Oh, okay. But yeah, if anybody can find that particular version of Cinderella for me, bonus points. I just remember it was like the old telling of Cinderella. It wasn't like a watered down version. Her dress was made of like woven starlight or woven stars. And on the cover, she has this flowing blonde hair down her back. And her dress is like a black blue and it's made of starlight. It just popped into my head. Oh, okay, so I don't have it all planned out yet, but I thought maybe on next Tuesday we could play a game wherein I describe the plot to either a children's story, like weird plots, to children's story or like movies, or like even adult movies, not adult movies, not X movies, but I could give you the descriptions of these movies, and with the descriptions, you guys have to tell me what the movie is because there's a couple of them in particular that are from the 80s that were horrifying. And when I described when I described one to my friend and I was like, I swear this was like some sort of a fever dream or something, they remembered the name of the movie and I was like, "Oh my god, it was real." You got 20 books read so far this year. Holy crap. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I thought that could be a fun game. I give you the weird plot to a movie, children's movie, or movie made for grown people. And then you guys give me the titles if you can remember them based on the weird description that I give you. Persepolis. Persepolis? Ooh, what's that? What is Persepolis? It sounds interesting. Sounds fun. What's that about? Noelle, did you make it home yet? Ow. Yeah, I was pretty obsessed with reading when I was younger, and I used to get the weekly readers in the mail. Was the book young adult or early fiction? I don't know. It would have come out in the 80s sometime. So I don't know that it would have been classified as or early fiction. Like I don't know what the classification was. I remember that it was a paperback. And it was pretty thick for a paperback, like um I don't know, general paperback thickness, not thick, not this thick, but like a children's book. It would have been a children's book. I know that. Um I don't think it was young adult because it would have been like the size of something you'd read as a bedtime story to a kid, not like a full book, right? Fables. Yes, Fables was a great comic. Um there was a spin-off of I can't remember if it was a spin-off of Fable or if it was maybe just Fable and I'm misremembering, but it was sort of like almost like Harry Potter before Harry Potter. But yeah, I don't know. Shelby, I'm guessing it would have been like early education or whatever because it would have been read a like a bedtime story. No, she's wearing a dark blue dress. It's like either dark blue or black, and it has stars. Like it's a beautiful illustration on the cover. And I remember that Cinderella, and it it either had Cinderella in the title or but because it wasn't just Cinderella as the title, it was something. I feel like there was more than just Cinderella as the title, but it was a Cinderella story, and it was like I do remember that part of the plot that was different from most Cinderella stories is that her dress was like woven from stars, but it was like the regular plot of Cinderella in every other way. And instead of like the normal watered down version, the sisters cut their feet. Like one cut off the end of her toe and one cut off the end of her heel to fit into Cinderella's shoes so that they could marry the prince. And the only reason that he caught them was he like took them by horseback back to the castle and he noticed that their foot was bleeding. And so then he'd take them home and be like, nope, this isn't the right one. And then the other girl would cut off her heel and then he'd take her and then see that she was bleeding and she still had like a glass slipper or, you know, a slipper of some kind. It was like basically the correct plot to Cinderella, but it was like a much darker version of Cinderella in that way. And I just very distinctly remember that the cover of it, she's wearing a dark blue or like black dress and it had stars. Not like stars, but like sprinkled stars, like look like a note, like a night sky. Um, it is the Brothers Grimm version of Cinderella, but it's not like it wasn't in the Brothers Grimm like bound novel. You know what I'm saying? Like this was an illustrated book that I read when I was a kid. You know why I think I didn't own that book? I think I got that book from the library. Like when I was a kid, I got it from the library and I had to take it back to the library at school or our public library, I'm not certain. But I think that's why I didn't own that book because otherwise I can't see myself losing it. I kept all the books that I owned from the time that I was like ever getting any books. My kids have those books now. My childhood books, my kids have them. All my books from the 80s. So I can't imagine I would have lost it because I kept very good track of my books. Yeah, it's a Grimm's version, except for I don't remember the fairy godmother like in the Grimm version making her dress out of starlight. I think like I said, that was the only thing that was like notably different. Like seriously, if somebody could find that for me, I would kiss you on the mouth. Open mouth kiss. That's what you get. Open mouth kisses. Or just a thank you, if that's what you prefer. Yes, it's illustrated, Sujen. It was an illustrated book. The whole thing was illustrated. Because I even remember like the pictures from it where the sister is on the back of the horse and there's like blood trailing from her foot. I've turned everyone into Google detectives today. So I found one where they struggled till their feet were bleeding, and the cover is not as described. Yeah, no, it like definitely this cover is Cinderella on the cover with flowing, like golden blonde hair, just like flowing free down her back. And she's wearing a dress with starlight, and it's like a blue or dress with starlight. It definitely had that cover. I remember the cover very distinctly. So that would be like the catalyst for me knowing if it was the right book, it would definitely have to have that cover. I think that's probably why I fell in love with the book was because I was so just taken with the cover art. It was beautiful. And honestly, like, holy crap, if I could art and have that as a custom DP, I absolutely would do it because the art is beautiful. Like Abby, it's something that you would go absolutely banana sandwiches for. Like so good. So good. Was she holding a basket? I don't remember. I don't recall a basket. I think really for me, what was like eye catching was definitely the dress. And it would have been something that would have been written pre, I don't know, 1985 or in that arena. It would be, well, okay, let's say pre 1990 to be on the safe side. Pre 1990 writing. Because if you find anything that's after 1990, it definitely isn't that. I already take the T out of here. I don't think I did. No. Moving my cover minder. Do the top part. Doing a diamond painting. Ooh, what are you working on? I found one called Cinderella Ninja Warrior. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was Cinderella Ninja Warrior. Yeah, I just like I said, I remember being very affected by the art on the cover. Gorgeous art. Just beautimous. So perverty. Whoop. Let me not scooch everything the wrong way here. Cinderella Ninja Warrior. The thing I found was 1964, but the cover is wrong. Oh, okay. I found Cinderella, a paper doll book. Yeah, it's definitely not a paper doll book. Yeah, for Cinderella Ninja Warrior. Right? Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that Mandy Manzano is at Dreamer Design? She had her aerial piece at Dreamer. I was surprised. I didn't know she was anywhere but Diamond Art Club. So when I saw that, I was a little bit shocked. That's a nice get for them. It's also, always nice to see more traditional artists anywhere, really. You did. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, not that, Diamond Art Club owns their artists or anything. But I know there's I wouldn't expect to see at a place like Dreamer Designs. And so I was very surprised to see Mandy Manzano at Dreamer. That was a little bit of a wow moment. Like not on my 2026 bingo card. I need to change this putty out. I don't know what's going on. The one I'm doing is 17 by 27 of a nighttime sky. Oh, that sounds pretty. Was she at the bottom of the stairs? I don't know. Can you post a picture? I got Discord open. Like send me a picture. Yeah, no, it's not that shell. I just looked at your message on Discord. It's not that one. It was decidedly more blue. Noelle says, who remembers the earliest rendition of Rapunzel called Little Parsley? Oh, no. It's a sick one, but pretty interesting how Disney dressed it all up. No, I have not. I have not at all heard that one. Little Parsley. Well, I love how so many of these stories were really just, I think, okay, my favorite fairy tale from, like, just fairy tales, not necessarily princess stories or things like that. I always loved, Hansel and Gretel was always one of my very favorite stories because the imagery of all of the things, like, her having a red house and, the kids getting lost in the woods and that sort of thing, like, stick to the path sort of storyline going on in Hansel and Gretel. Always, always loved that as far as fairy tales. Now, yeah, obviously, who doesn't love a good princess story? Blah blah blah. There's a reason Disney made gajillions of dollars on selling little girls on princess stories, but I loved Hansel and Gretel. What other one? I remember Pinocchio, Disney's Pinocchio. That movie used to mess me up when I was a kid. I'm gonna need a whip and chat story time from you on that one. Oh, okay. You've been posting to general chat. Okay, let me go look. Let me go look at the general chat. Okay. No, Tigger, it's not that one. Like I said, she's got yellow blonde hair. Nope, not that one either. Shelby, it's not that one. The dress is like almost black, like a blue black. It's closer. It almost looks like the art reminds me of something that you would see from like Da Vinci, like that kind of artwork. Very beautiful, stylized artwork. Got everybody on a Cinderella freaking snipe hunt right now. I promise you this is a real thing. This is what my issue has been. Like, I have looked this book up so many times in the ages of Google and in its many forms of useful and uselessness. Like, remember back in the day, you would do a Google search and, it was a crapshoot. If you had like quotes on certain words or things like that, it would make it more accurate. And you might get what you were looking for, but you also might get a picture of a kid riding a dog, like that sort of useful Google searches back in like, you know, early 2000s Google searching. I mean, I have searched this book so many times over the years and have come up completely empty handed. Bum city, I'll tell you that much. No, that's pretty though. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty. No, Sujin, not that one. Ooh, Tigger, that first one you posted is pretty damn cool. Not the one coming down the stairs. Not the one with the fairy godmother and the coach. No, not the ladybird story. They're all really cool though. Trying to remember a name of a song back in the day. Oh, so many horrible songs back in the day. But yeah, so I've searched and searched and searched for this freaking children's book on Cinderella, and I've just never found it. What fairy tales did you guys like? I mean, it could be Cinderella or your Rapunzel story, Noelle. Like I said, I loved Hansel and Gretel. I always found that one like horrifying. Pinocchio as a kids movie back in the day, like when they go to what's it called? The island that they go to where all the kids are turned into donkeys. Holy crap, that was terrifying as a kid. I was like, what is happening right now? Hello, Sarah. Oh, hands. My hands have been very numb go-y today. Is why I have not done much diamond painting because my hands keep going numb. We're currently they're trying to find for me a specific Cinderella book that I read when I was a kid, and I've described the artwork on the cover, but we're not having much luck. Hello, Gary. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Ooh, I don't know what that one is, but that's really cool looking. The Edmund Dulac one, the art on that is really freaking cool. Ooh, I like that with the fairy wings. That's pretty, but that's not it. That is not it. No, no, not either, Shelby. An Art Deco love story. Yeah, I don't know, man. All I've got for you is that, like I said, the front illustration was Cinderella. Okay, so Cinderella is on the left side. Her hair is golden, and I mean like golden blonde, wavy, and like flowing down her back. Her dress is like, or like not like blue, but like black blue. Do I have anything that color close by? Maybe in here? Like this kind of blue. Like a blue black almost, okay? And then on the dress are just like starlight, like this kind of an effect, right? Like stars on her dress. Not like stars, not like not a pentacle type star, but like stars. Looks like a night sky. And she's on the left-hand side of the picture. I can't remember. The title, of course, was on the book, and I feel like that was in the top right. I wish I could remember. No, you guys are finding some really cool pictures. Oh my God, that dress on the Art Deco love story. Why not? Why not make Cinderella an Art Deco love story? Come on now. They've done weirder things with Cinderella, and some of the appalling artworks that I've seen come out of Cinderella as diamond paintings have been pretty sad. A little depressing. You're probably done now, but I'm home and can respond. Hello. Persepolis, I think is what you said it was, is a book about the revolution in Iran and how a girl's life changed. Oh, okay. Will you send me like a message about that? I'll look into it. And then if you get a chance, if you like graphic novels, like I said, it won awards. It's called The Pride of Baghdad, and it's about the lions that escaped the zoo when the zoo was like blown up or whatever in Baghdad during the bombings. That story is beautiful, and if you don't cry at the end, you're a monster. Just a monster. Do we have more options for me to look at? Nope, nope. Not those. Oh, I like the pink dress on her though. Oh my God. She looks like Marie Antoinette baby doll. 1961, A Living Story. Cinderella Puppets, Sheba Productions from My Groovy Treasures on eBay. Okay. She's got like Marie Antoinette baby doll thing happening. I love her dress. That's cute. The one where she's wearing a black dress and like her foot is on the pedestal or whatever, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I like if you get a chance and you like graphic novels, The Pride of Baghdad was an amazing, amazing story. If that wasn't like tucked away right now in my comic box in a closet, I would go grab it and just leaf through it and show It is beautiful. The artwork is stunning. The story is so good. Um, and it's so like just real, you know? Good stuff. Very good stuff. Oh man, I'm sad. I'm sad that the Cinderella book will never be found. Like I said, I've looked and looked and looked over the years. I should have just stolen it from the library when I was a kid, like you know you would do when you liked a book. You just steal it as a child. I don't want to steal a book from the library. Oh, Perrault's telling. See, that's just a good telling of the story. I love that artwork. Whose art is that on the one that you just posted? Because Shelby, that one, the art is really beautiful. Oh my. We're going real vintage with them. Found some vintage Cinderella books on Etsy. Nope, neither of those are what I'm looking for. Let's see. Was it a no, it was not a Disney rendition of any kind. Like specifically in the story, I remember that her dress was woven of stars. So if you like, I don't know, add that to your Google searching, right? That her dress was woven from stars. And then the fact that like her stepsisters cut their feet to fit in the shoes in the book. And like there's even a page in there where the prince has one of them on the back of the horse and you can see blood dripping from her foot on the horse. Like it was definitely not a Disney telling. Yeah. You're right where I've been at, Shelby. I don't know. And I can't find it. And I know I didn't make it up. But I have a very bright, like core memory about this book. And that I loved it so much. I should have just stolen it from the library as a child. I'm like, dang it. Why didn't I steal it? Because I was a good child. That's why. Dang it for being a good child. Overrated. Some of these books on Etsy are not all Disney. Yeah, no. But it was definitely not like a Disney rendition telling of the story of Cinderella in this particular book. But yeah, if you can find one where, like I said, it would be older than 1990 because I read this book as a child, so I'm that. And then her dress was woven from starlight. The sisters cut their feet off, well, their toe and their heel. And then the front cover has Cinderella wearing this dress made of stars. Where can I put up an image? In Google or in Discord, the group text hangout, that's where everybody's posting them. No, but I've never seen Abby. I've never seen her in a yellow dress. That's kind of interesting. No, it's not the Now You Can Read. Ooh, I like the art on the one that you posted, Sujin, the pop-up book. That's kind of cool. No, Noelle, it's not. It's not any of those. Like I said, she would be wearing a blue dress, and the blue dress have like starlight in the dress. Y'all are finding every color. Nope, it's not that one either, Gary. The style of art would be more like it would look more like an oil or a watercolor. Like it's that kind of art. More like something you would see from Da Vinci, not Da Vinci, but you know what I'm saying. Like it was a more stylized type of art. Oil or uh, possibly, I don't know. Not even close. No. Yeah, no, sorry, Noel. Not close, unfortunately. Although the art style in, where is it? Let me go back and look at the ones that you guys posted on the group text. Okay, so the art style on, trying to see which one's even the closest. The one that Shelby posted, that's Cinderella, where there's stars in the word Cinderella, that kind of art is actually closer to the art style that I'm talking about versus like penciled in or whatever. But I'm guessing it would be a closer to Perrault's telling of Cinderella because I feel like I remember there being, you know, I don't, well, maybe it didn't even have magic pumpkins in it. I don't remember there being like magic pumpkins or talking anything like that. Like, yes, she had a fairy godmother that like wove or gave her a star woven dress or made her a star woven dress. But yeah, I'm telling you, this has been driving me nuts since, I don't know, I was able to figure out how to use Google in the early days and was still getting, random answers I didn't ask Google for. I might have even asked Jeeves at one point. Was, but I can't find it. I can't find it. I've never found it. And it makes me sad because it was my favorite version of Cinderella that I've ever read. And the art on the cover was so beautiful. I'm bummed. I'm bummed, man. All right, scrolling back through. Let's see what we got. Oh, that one's pretty. That almost looks like a Kincaid. Who posted that? Sujin? That looks kind of like a Kincaid. That one is really pretty, Shell, but that's not it. That is not it, but it's closer so far. The face on that Cinderella's rough. Ooh, Tigger, that's pretty artwork though. No. Oh, it is a Kincaid. Okay. That makes good sense. That makes good sense. I like the artwork on that Tigger, although I'm a little concerned that she's got a streak coming out of her butt. It's not good placement. Not good placement. My favorite Cinderella story is Ever After. Same, Chrissy, same. Uh, so recently Abby posted artwork from, was that Tomorrow's Problem? Whomever the artist was, and they did artwork of like Drew Barrymore in her like fairy dress that she's wearing in the movie. Oh, it's so good. Like, we need that as diamond painting immediately. Hello, Glory. But yeah, this would definitely be classified as like a kid's book because like I said, it was illustrated, not just the cover, but like the book itself was illustrated and it told the darker Cinderella story. More of like a Grimm's fairy tales than I guess Perrault's telling. But that artwork of Drew Barrymore in her fairy dress, that's also one of my, you know, because I'm not going to spoil anything, but for those who um, have not watched season 4 of Bridgerton yet, there were elements of that where I legitimately thought they were about to crib lines from Ever After in that particular season. I legitimately like they almost cribbed some lines where she's standing out in front of the house and she's talking about how excited she is to meet her new mother and um yeah, out with husband and dog, or should I say dog and dash. Nice. What are you guys out doing? Are y'all walking the doggo? We're just trying to figure out what Cinderella book that for since my childhood. We can't figure it out. Ooh, I like the art on that too, Sujin. I figured if you were looking for a starlit dress, who better? Right. Who better than Kincaid to do a starlit dress? That's really pretty artwork. Oh, I like that. Nope, none of those. That shocked face. Getting dash out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm driving everybody crazy, trying to help me find a Cinderella story from my childhood that I have not been able to find myself from like, I don't know, late 80s, early 90s. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful illustrated Cinderella book, but we can't find it. No such luck. No such luck. And what's crazy too is like back then, yeah, okay, there were obviously a bajillion Cinderella stories, but it was harder to get published back then. Like you couldn't, you didn't just publish something yourself through whatever, like you had to go through a publishing company. So like I know it was a legit book, but no luck finding it whatsoever. None whatsoever. Ah, well. Story of my life. It's gonna, you know what? It's gonna bother me until I'm gone from this earth. It'll be the first thing somebody hands me when I'm dead. The book that you couldn't remember for your whole life. uh, Marsha Brown. That one's cool. That's not it. No, not to that style. Closer to Shelby, can you repost that one where Cinderella had like the word Cinderella had stars in it so he can see that artwork and then he can see what that artwork looks like because that's pretty. The antique fairy tales one, thank you. Okay, so the one that Shelby just posted, her name is Molly Handra in Discord. It's closer to that kind of artwork. Something that looks more like a watercolor or more stylized kind of artwork, that sort of thing. I got everybody on a goose chase. You guys can definitely go back to diamond painting if you're tired of looking. Ugh. 75 heads are better than one, but we're never going to find it. I'm never meant to find it, I don't think. Dang it. Make me so mad. Ah, well. Someday the internet will get so good at understanding what you're asking it to do and like what prompts you're putting in and whatever. It'll be able to like pull the image from your memory and then, oh God, I hope the internet never gets that good. That's scary. If it could just like legitimately download the memory of whatever from your brain and then like Google Lens search it. Oh, how scary is that thought? Oh my gosh. Because you figure by that point, you've actually like, I don't know, somehow downloaded the internet into your brain. Not looking, just listening and diamond painting. Yeah, good. Don't do it. Don't do it, Amber. It'll drive you crazy. Yeah, that technology sounds horrifying, actually. Yikes. All right. I think that's it for the question marks. Just looking through. Yes. Yeah. I love, hi, Kim Kim. I love Ever After. Cinderella with Brandy. Oh, the Brandy one. Yeah. And the new one came out a couple of years ago. I don't know if I've seen the newest one. Who was in the newest one? I thought the Hillary Duff one was kind of fun too. And the, what was it? Selena Gomez. That one was kind of fun too. The Hillary Duff one made me giggle because that one had Jennifer Coolidge. Oh God, the thing my phone would search in the presence of my 16-year-old. Like when I misplace something and I have to find it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that's the one where Hillary Duff is like, she works as like a waitress on roller skates, right? In the restaurant that her dad owned. And then Jennifer Coolidge is like always getting more fillers and whatever. Great story. Great story. All right. I'm going to probably go ahead and switch out my putty because this is becoming a little bit gummy. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and use some of my older Patsy putty. What one should we use from Patsy putty? Let's see. What do we got? We've got, ooh, let's do Fruity Cereal. Yeah, from Patsy putty. Sniff it first. We got to give it a good sniff. Don't you mean Neuralink? God, I hope not. Hello, Neva. A Cinderella story. Ooh, what does it look like? Oh, wow. It doesn't smell like fruity cereal, though. Hold on a minute. Let's do, oh, you know what I do have? I've got Putty Crocker's Saturday cereal. I haven't used any of this yet. Oh my God. It smells so good. We're gonna try a little bit. It might not be dry enough. I might have to just go back to one of my drier putties. Yeah, this is seeming pretty gooey. We'll use a little bit. We'll see how this goes. I don't have any ABs to lay down right now, so it should be fine. Should be okay, but it's, oh, it smells good. The first way is correct, Neva. Oh, okay, great. Thank you. I like that you put knee with a knee. Yes. All right. We're going to move our cover minder because it's not really doing much at this point. I'm going to just take our plastic off. I always write front on the plastic so that when I lay it back down, I don't lay it on it backwards if I need to. Because, yeah, made that mistake before. If the plastic has a backwards side and you end up putting it on backwards, what a disaster. Horrible mess. I also made the mistake of not putting any like fabric softener squares in these baggies. So the drills are just jumping everywhere. Oh, that's pretty too. Nope, none of those. Oh, Corinne, I don't know what that is, but that's really beautiful. I like that one a lot. Yeah, kind of, yeah, Gary, more like a kind of classic masters look to it. No, 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 no. Like I said, she's on the left side of the picture. Noelle just posted. You posted a lot of the ones that somebody else just posted too. Nope, none of those. I'm telling you, it's going to drive me nuts until I die. I'll be long gone from this earth. And I'll be sad because I'll never find it. Yeah, well. This landscape's turning out really, really cute. What do you guys think so far? You guys like it? I like it. I'm liking it. I'm not done with it, but I'm liking it. Yeah, Gary, I have made the mistake of putting the plastic, and like the plastic on this one in particular it's not as like flimsy. It's actually a thicker plastic. So I probably didn't need to write front on this one, but just in case, because like when I've done paint gems or even like cheaper diamond paintings, they definitely have a wrong side to the plastic. Oh no, Neva, you said you're truly disliking this whip I'm working on. I'm just over here trying to do an hour a day to, oh no, it's not something that you'd feel like, okay, just pitching. It's the worst when you're not enjoying the diamond painting that you're working on. Like that really does suck. Because then it feels less like a hobby. And there have been times where I have just straight up decided, you know what, this one needs to go live in the garbage. Um, Sometimes even if I've paid too much for them, it's like, but I'm really not liking this. And I have all these other diamond paintings that I've paid good money for that I would enjoy working on more. But I do also understand the like want to push and finish something. I've done that before too. Oh, thank you. All right, let's see. We got some other ones. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Really beautiful artwork, but none are working. Oh, I like the one where she's looking at her reflection. Flapperella. Okay, Shelby, that one is also very cute, but it's none of those. I like the one where she's got the like poofy black hair and she's running down the stairs with her dress trailing behind her. But keep in mind, guys, her dress, Cinderella's dress should be like almost blue black with stars in it. So everything else that you're posting is very pretty, but it's definitely not it. If she's not wearing a dress with like that's blue black with stars in it, then it's not the correct one. But post them anyways because they're cute. I like looking at them. I swear, someday when I find this, I'm just going to have like one of those eureka moments. Those eureka moments are so satisfying when they happen. Like when you finally remember, so satisfying. It's so frustrating too because it's almost like, did I make this up? Like, did I just imagine that this book existed? This particular version of Cinderella and the artwork and all of that, like, because sometimes I feel like maybe I just made this up and this isn't real, but I know it's real. There's just so many billions of versions of Cinderella, man. Just watch, it's not going to be a Cinderella. It was, I swear. Aschenputtel. I don't know what that means, but bless you. Bless you, Kim Kim. I have a really hard time just throwing away premium kits. Yeah. Oh, with the boy who lived. It's older and the gapping is horrid. Oh no. I'll never see a post review, but I need to just finish. I get that, Neva. I get that. I do. It's definitely a Cinderella book. I do know that. Because like, why else would she be wearing ooh. I like the one with the black Cinderella and her gown of stars. That's really cute. Crump Fred Press Timbuktu. Okay. Search words are a little weird. Not gonna lie. Ooh, skeleton. That one's really cool. Ooh, I like that artwork too. The cat. Now you're just looking up Cinderella stories where Cinderella's everything but Cinderella. She's like all these other things. I like it. Are you sure it was the cover and not an No, I am positive. I am certain it was the cover. I liked the cover so much that I almost wanted to rip the cover off of this paperback book and keep it because I liked that artwork so much. It is definitely a Cinderella story, and it is definitely the cover of the book. You just like Cinderskella? Yeah, me too. Me too. The idea of it is really cool. Um, and like even the picture on the inside of him, like the prince having the sister on the horse, and like her foot is bleeding. I remember that very, 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 very distinctly. There's a subreddit called "What's That Book?" You could ask. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Although, you know, I mean, granted, like, isn't the point of "What's That Book?" to identify like the name of the book or whatever, not necessarily like, I don't know. I haven't been on that particular subreddit, but because they'd all be like, "Yeah, that's Cinderella." Like, well, yeah, no shit. I know that. I know it is. Um, ooh, stylized carriage. That's cool. Princess Furball. I like her hair. She gets a dress made of stars. Oh, interesting. I love the artwork on that one. Some of these I'm gonna have to go back through and save them. The English slash Japanese version. I love that artwork. Neva, my recommendation for how to finish it, Sujin's recommendation, which is you just take the diamonds out and you pour them on the canvas and then spread them out and call it a day. That's one way to get it done. Just like vaguely put them where it looks like they kind of go. Spread it out and say, here you go. I couldn't do that personally, but I felt like doing that. Yeah. Or Sujin's other recommendation was to just cut out the squares that you don't have finished and, cut that part away and then call it a day. She's got some fun recommendations for how not to finish a canvas that you hate working on. I was like, yeah, just cut the corner that you haven't finished off and call it a day. I don't think I'll do that, but it's a good recommendation. Just crop the picture down to what you like and cut the rest of it off. She got the scissors. She got them scissors emojis. I only have 2 rows done. Oh, it'd just be his feet. Oh, are you working from the bottom up? Oh no. The boy whose feet lived. The rest of them didn't make it. The feet who lived. Oh, a Cinderella Princess Leia mix of things. Brilliant. Cinderella. Ooh, I like that artwork too. Ooh, man, there's some good Cinderella artworks out there. I like the artwork on, oh, I really like that one. Guess why? Because it's blue. The Joan and Edgar Booth Theater. That's pretty cool. So that's like maybe an opera or a play. What is your Discord? Hold, please. I'll get you a link for the Discord. Do. The feet who lived. That's right. Yeah, Neva. I'm also a bottom up worker on my canvases because yeah, it's like the bottom and the top are very boring. Looks like the Cinderella where the sisters' feet were cut was German and called Aschenputtel. Oh, bless you. That's the okay, but oh, oh that's like that was a German introduction to the story. I see what you're saying. Somebody said that earlier, and then I said bless you because I didn't know what they had said to me. I was like, ah, bless you. Um, okay, so then it was a German version of the Cinderella tale, but it wasn't called, I know it had the word Cinderella, like it was either typing Cinderella in the starry dress or whatever, or it was like just Cinderella. Uh, I wish someone could just like legitimately dive into my memory, grab the picture of it, and then do a Google Lens search. How much easier would that be if Google could just like search my memory? But I don't want to get a search engine installed into my because I'm sure with that you'd have to go in for like constant upgrades and downloads and that sort of thing. Yeah. I don't need anybody downloading my thoughts. That sounds like, I don't know, introduction for the thought police. You know what I'm saying? Like pre-crime unit on Minority Report. I don't need any of that. Because the things I would do to some people in my head that wrong me, ooh, I'd go to prison. I'd go to thought prison. It's like you wronged me, and now I've got to cut off your feet and make you the feet who lived. Oh, not just the feet. Listen, somebody on OnlyFans would pay very good money for Harry Potter's feet. Come on, Drill. There we go. Ever see any? No, I haven't, Gary, but I've heard. No, not that kind of prison, Sujin. Thought prison. Gross. Not thought prison. Yeah, I haven't actually seen any Black Mirror. I've heard good things about it, and it's I really enjoy. I have heard of it, definitely. Thought prison. Terrible. In the German version of Aschenputtel, talks about cutting off parts of their feet to fit in the shoe. The French version is about fairy godmothers turning pumpkins into carriage and so on. Oh, right. Because the Perrault's telling is the one that introduced the fairy godmother and the magic pumpkin. And then, okay, so then German versions, Aschenputtel, however you say that, introduced the sisters trimming their feet to fit in the shoe. Got it. Okay. So then what's the Grimm version like pared down to what? Like just without those two things? It still had the evil stepmother and the evil stepsisters, but no. That's interesting. That'd be an interesting thing to look into at some point. Just find out like what different versions introduced what to the, storyline each time, like each telling. So Harry Potter lost all his wealth and now has to sell feet pics to provide for his family. Yes. I used to want to hook my brain to the internet when I was playing Shadowrun. Ooh, Shadowrun back in the 90s, but now with all the tech Broligarchs. Yeah, no way. No way. Nah. Yeah, I don't need as you call them, the Broligarchs. I don't need any of them having access to the space that is my brain. There's another book. It's by Kurt Vonnegut and it's called Vert, that talks about that sort of a future. I mean, they're all cyberpunk books. Kurt Vonnegut was a cyberpunk author. And Vert, oh my God, it's such a good story. They actually made a role playing universe around the universe that is Kurt Vonnegut's world. And in that, you're all like followed around essentially by your own advertisement drone that just like literally follows you everywhere. Yes, it will give you news, or you can do searches on this drone or whatever, but it also constantly like flashes ads at you. And I was like, oh, so it's basically a flying cell phone because you could make calls on it or whatever. Vert is such a amazing story. There was another one in that. Oh, I'll have to look it up. But Vert, highly recommend if you like cyberpunk, if you like, Ready Player One and that sort of like world dystopian future. Vert is an amazing book, and they made a role playing system out of it, which I own the book for that, but we've never actually played it. But Shadowrun was great. God, I haven't played Shadowrun in ages. In Grimm's darker version of the tale, in German, just had beautiful faces and fair skin, but hearts were foul and black. Oh, okay, okay. Look at me learning stuff today. Thank you, Allison. Teaching me things. The more you know. I've even got a rainbow here. The more you know. It's very after school special here. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Not only will you not remember anything, but you'll obsess over a children's Cinderella book that you can't find. And then you'll get your friends obsessing about it too. Whee! For the world building in Shadowrun versus Cyberpunk. Oh, okay. Solely for the inclusion of fantasy races. Yeah. I forgot what I was looking for. Can you describe the cover again? Yes. Okay. So on the cover is Cinderella. Cinderella's on the left side, if I recall correctly. She has like flowing, like kind of wavy blonde hair, very wispy, wavy golden hair, like golden. And she's wearing like a long sleeved, like a almost a plainer looking dress. It's not like the big poofy crazy dress. It's like a plainer looking dress, but it's long sleeved and it's like a blue black color and it has like starlight in the dress. The art style is very like masters looking. It's not cartoony. It's not I don't recall if she's wearing a crown, but I feel like in it she's either like stepping out of her glass slipper or something, but she's moving to the right. Like I remember movement being to the right side of the cover. I've given you an eye wig. Oh no, I've given you an eye worm. Oh no, I've ruined everyone's day. Oh, I gave you a brain worm. Sorry about the brain worm. Didn't mean to. All right, let me go back. See if you guys got anything new on group text. Let me look at them. No, but I still really like the artwork on that one. Oh, that's pretty. Kimmy, that one's pretty. I like the colors. No, no. Ooh, ooh. I like the artwork on that too. That's pretty too. There's the bloody shoe. All right. Okay. That kind of art style where the dress is like being carried by the doves. That's like similar to what I'm talking about for the art style. Ooh, these are pretty, Abby. Ooh, okay. I like the artwork in the one that Sujin posted. Okay. Wow. Cinderella's, she's naughty. Naughty Cinderella. Age of Darkness. That's also really pretty. That's not it. No, no. The Grimm brothers documented European folk tales in the 1800s. Cinderella. Stepsisters cut off their heel to fit the glass shoe Cinderella had their eyes pecked out at her wedding. I don't recall. Oh, you know what? There may actually have been their eyes pecked out in that book. Oh, I like that too, but that also looks like it almost could be AI. That almost looks like AI, but it's similar in what you just did, but it's like she's either alone on the cover. Did you just make that with did you just make that with AI, Gary? Don't do it. Are you now trying to create like the image on the cover was like almost the background was almost like black. Like there wasn't her interacting with anything like birds or whatever. It was just like her. You didn't make it. Well, somebody made that. I don't know. Maybe it's not AI. Maybe I'm just jaded from seeing too much AI. Total possibility. Yeah, but like the cover from what I recall was dark. Like she was the only thing really on the cover of this book. This is the longest game of Where's Waldo I've ever played. Only somebody gave you like a really vague description of what Waldo looks like. And now everybody is just taking pictures of all of the random striped shirt guys that are in the picture. Okay, who else actually like really loved Where's Waldo? Because I loved Where's Waldo. I could sit and look in those books. Like, there's a game that, well, there's probably many now, games that you can get for your phone where essentially you're supposed to find different things in the picture or whatever. It's basically like Where's Waldo, but for other stuff too. Like, remember when Where's Waldo was like, oh, find the man on the bicycle. All right, now find the lost flip flop on the beach or whatever. Very that. I used to like those kinds of games on my phone, and then I realized that I was just wasting hours just looking for stuff. But I like those a lot. You still have yours, Neva? I love them. Love, love, love them. Yeah, like even the font on that, Gary, looks like somebody made a Cinderella image or drew. I don't know. I still kind of think it's AI. But then that font, I think, is the same font that you can find on Canva. I mean, it's not impossible that Canva uses a font that somebody else already used, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Into the Woods. Ooh, yeah. The Cinderella story had the eyes pecked out on the mom, and the sisters had the bloody feet. Yeah, Into the Woods was a great. Yeah, so my oldest, she played in Into the Woods Junior. She was Cinderella in Into the Woods Junior at her middle school. And then they did Into the Woods at her high school, and she actually turned down a leading role because she wanted to be part of the chorus, because she saw how much fun like you get to have when you're just like a background person. You get to play like 6 or 7 different roles. You get to wear like 6 or 7 different costumes. And so in her high school production of Into the Woods, she decided to just be in the chorus. It's off a YouTube video, but I found it in images. Oh, okay. Fair. Yeah, so it's probably a thumbnail that they created for their YouTube video. Yeah, Into the Woods was a great version, and yes, Meryl Streep is amazing. Did you guys see The Devil Wears Prada 2 now? And they have like pretty much the entire original cast plus new cast members. I don't love that Sydney Sweeney is in it, but what can you do? I don't really care for Sydney Sweeney. Just because I don't know, I'm tired of hearing about her. But the person who plays Kate Sharma / Kate Bridgerton in Bridgerton is also in that movie. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it. The new Devil Wears Prada. I love Bernadette Peters as the witch. Yeah, Bernadette Peters is just amazing anyways. Like how do you beat Bernadette Peters? You just don't. Okay, let's see. Nope, not that. Oh, that's a cool poster for the Adelphi Theater though. Noise. No, it's not that. Cinders, Stars, and Glass Slippers. Oh, that's pretty. Although it's a little bit giving me like, I don't know, Princess Diana, maybe? Ooh, I like the cover of the Blue Fairy book. That's pretty. Yeah, Bernadette Peters is just amazing anyhow. I love Bernadette Peters in Annie. When I first saw that, I was like, I want to be Bernadette Peters, please, and thank you. That'd be great. Love, love, love it. Have I kept you busy enough searching for this freaking stupid Cinderella book? Nobody got any diamond painting done because they were too busy looking for this dumb Cinderella book that I can't seem to find anywhere. So dumb. Well, thank you guys for trying regardless, because I'm telling you, I've looked and looked and cannot find. I'd love to own it again someday. This freaking Cinderella book that apparently only exists anymore in my memory. I watched The Swan Princess recently because I hadn't seen it in so freaking long. Oh, that brought back some memories, let me tell you. That one slapped me around right in the childhood. I got a large square at least halfway done. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, but I think you gave up the search earlier than a lot of other people, Tigger. The smut books are starting to show up in my search. Oh, no. Oh, just don't. Okay. Do yourself a favor. Do not look up Anne Rice. Well, and actually, she was writing under like a pen name, Stealing Beauty. Do not do it to yourself. Oh no. Just stay far, far, far away from that one. I regret ever having read that in a bigly way. Stealing Beauty. Woof. There's smut, and then there's whatever the hell that was. Yikes. That's like yikes to the 10th power. All of my yikes. Just don't do it. Like Tylenol. Don't do it. Just don't take it. Oh man. Anybody else had the displeasure of reading that one? Because woof. Yeah, after the dark comic came up, I gave it a miss. Oh, fair. You're going back and forth, Tigger. Nice. Oh, some of these are really pretty though. Ooh, Sujin. That one's really cool too. I love that art style. Different dress, but flowy hair. She's going the wrong direction. I wish that I could even remember like the author's name. Hi, Corinne. Too late. I read the whole series when I was in my 20s. Oh, yeah. Stealing Beauty was definitely a page turner. As in I wanted to just keep turning the pages until the book was over. That one made me uncomfortable. I think I was like figuring out, like everybody does. You want to figure out like how much of a freak am I? And then I read that book and I went, man, I'm not a freak at all. Like I must enjoy the most vanilla ever because this is just something. Yikes. That'll be a hard pass for me. Hard no. Oh, scary. Her claiming of Sleeping Beauty. Yep. Yep. Amber. Yep. The whole series. Do yourself a favor. Skip it. You don't need it. I think there's also a good reason why she wrote those under like a pseudonym instead of as Anne Rice, because obviously if she'd written them as Anne Rice, they would have gotten really super famous, but then everybody would have gone, you know what? Anne Rice might not be the writer I always thought she was. I remember how I ended up reading the series, that particular, and I didn't even read the series. I read, I think, the first book, The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty or whatever, Stealing Beauty or whatever the hell it was called. And I went, oh, nah, I'm good. I am the goodest that I've ever been. And again, like, I'm not nearly as freaky as I thought I maybe could be. Once I read that, I was like, nope. I'm totally fine. Oh, that's a pretty one too. The 19th. I like her hair. She's brushing up her blue hair. The witch with the apple, that look on her face. Okay. At some point, I need to zoom all the way in on the witch's face and then just like post that as my profile picture. Ooh, that's a pretty one too. Yes, I would like to make that witch's face, like that needs to be my profile picture for everything. Hi, Melissa. Just catching the end. We've been sitting here trying to find a children's Cinderella book that I remember the cover for and like the basic story, but we can't find it. And there's only, I don't know, a million different Cinderella books to choose from in the world. So none of the million that they've found so far is the one that I'm looking for, unfortunately. I've given everyone brain rot by having them try to help me find this. We found some really pretty art in the meantime. I was reading about how much Anne Rice identified with Lestat, and I'm like, that's a weird thing to admit, right? Yes, only a million. Only a million, a cool million. Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like there are definitely several jump the shark moments in Anne Rice's books. Uh and like even the vampires eventually just went on way too long. Like once there was so much crossover, and now we've got witch vampire babies, and the Mayfair witches are also vampires and whatever. I was like, okay, you probably could have stopped at what's the one where she got like uber religious, and I feel like it was during like the end where she did like Marius, she did a book about Armand, she did like that group, and it had, oh, I can't remember the title, but wow. Yeah, I own, I think, all of them because I was a huge Anne Rice fan, and I probably should have quit while I was ahead and things were not going so far off the rails. I don't know what was going on in her personal life, but um yeah, they're probably somebody should have gone, you know what? You could let me have that pen. You need to stop. He's a TikToker that I follow, and he reads books on his wife's Kindle and calls his reviews, that's not romance, that's a felony. Yeah, the Anne Roquelaire books. Yes. Yep. And Abby failed in finding the book cover. Impossible. Only because this book came out when I was a kid, Mel. She's probably just too young and has not found yet. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but that's the Shepherdess and the Sweeper. That's really, really beautiful. Oh my gosh. Cinderella in therapy. Ooh, I like that one too. Man, there's lots of good ones. Now Sujin's off on a tangent on Little Mermaid. I love it. I love the vampire and witch books, but stopped with the religious ones. Yeah. Oh, Witching Hour is wonderful. I also love the fact that they include the family tree, so I could actually go back to the, back of the book and go like, and again, wait, who is this person related to? Because there's like so much incest in the, like in the late days or whatever. I'm like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. I'm like, how can this ghost possibly keep up with all your family shenanigans you got going on here? Like even the ghost doesn't know who to haunt anymore. This is everybody's stopping everybody else. You won't be able to sleep now. Must find book cover. Right. You got 65 more pages. All right. Oh, goodness. Yep, no sleeping, Abby, until you find it. You can do it. I have faith in you. I'm telling you, if you find the right cover, any of you, Abby, you're gonna lose your mind with how beautiful this art is. Like if it tells you anything, the art is so beautiful that it has haunted me all of my adult life to try and find it, because I would love to have it like just as a piece hanging on my, or like a custom diamond painting. Like I said, like it's beautiful Cinderella artwork. I just wish I could find it. Someday. Someday I'll find it. But I'm sorry to have given everyone a brain worm trying to find this freaking Cinderella artwork for me. Bummer. I'll give it another search at some point. See if I can't describe it well enough that Google just goes, oh, I have just the thing. Or it's possible that like no one has ever taken a picture and posted this to the internet, which is likely the case. Like I said, I mean, this book was before the internet ever came out. Have you seen that they have the series for both the vampire and witch books? Okay, so yes, Corinne, I've watched the this is my Everest. I've watched the interview series. I didn't watch the Mayfair Witch series. I don't know what it was. Something about the beginning of it. I just didn't get into it. But I really like the kind of like updated retelling of the interview. Now, granted, no one will ever be Louis except Brad Pitt for me. I think that their casting of Lestat in the Interview with the Vampire Netflix series is like spot on. That man is beautiful. But I don't know, it's really hard to I'm having to look at it as a completely separate piece of work. Like I can't compare the two because then I'll just be disappointed. So looking at it as a standalone piece and looking at like, what the story currently is that they're trying to tell, I like it for that. It isn't the original story though. Like there's a lot of things that are different. The premise on things are different. I really like what they've done with their telling, but it is definitely not like my classic love of Interview with the Vampire and soon to be the vamp. Okay, so my issue with the movie for Queen of the Damned was that they missed the whole point of the storytelling, which was to tell us the story of how vampires like came to be in the first place. No, see, Sujin already said that, Mel. It is definitely a Cinderella story. It is definitely a Cinderella story. I do know that. I promise I wouldn't send everybody on a goose chase over a Little Mermaid story. It's definitely Cinderella because she, goes to the ball, she meets the prince. The prince comes to her house and meets her sisters, and one of the sisters cuts off her toe and then rides back on a horse with him. He notices she's bleeding and then he takes her back to her house. Like it's definitely a Cinderella story. I just can't find I can't find it. Yeah, Sujin already suggested that. I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm not quite that crazy. Ooh, I really like the artwork on the Arthur Rackham. Like it's closer to that kind of artwork. Ooh, I like the thing with the dryad. That's pretty. Yeah, somebody grabbed that one already. It's not that, but it's close. Oh, they sigh. It'll never be. All right, I'm finishing this color and then I'm gonna wrap up the live stream. And then as per usual, we're gonna go hang out in Discord for those of you who want to go hang out. Tis a Tuesday night, and I will hang with y'alls for a little while. We can work on some diamond painting. We can maybe, I don't know, break this mystery together or not. But to Discord is where I will be going. I hope some of you will join me there. If not, that's totally fine. I will hopefully see you live again on Saturday. Or, of course, I will have a whip and chat posted for tomorrow. But otherwise, you guys, that's all I got. It's been fun. Thank you for hanging out. I enjoy all of you. Yeah, I will hopefully see you again soon. As ever, I hope that wherever you are in this great big world of ours, that you are having a beautiful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.